You are the star of the morning, unending hope in the night. One righteous prayer from anywhere carries the promise of light. You are God on the highest mountain. You are God in the deepest sea. You are awesome in power and glory. Great is your love for me. Great is your love for me. You give the wings of an eagle if we are willing to wait. One single word forever heard calls us to rise and not faint. You are God on the highest mountain. You are God in the deepest sea. You are awesome in power and glory. Great is your love for me. Great is your love for me. You are God on the highest mountain. You are God in the deepest sea. You are awesome in power and glory. Great is your love for me. Great is your love for me. Great is your love. Great is your love. Great is your love for me.
Hey, a bit of reading, eh? It's April 20th right now, the time of this recording and the posting. At least it should be. And so we're going to read Psalm 20. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the Lord, the God of Jacob, protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and grant you support from Zion. May he remember all your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings. May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. May we shout for joy over your victory and lift up our banners in the name of our God. May the Lord grant all your requests. Now this I know, the Lord gives victory to his anointed. He answers him from his heavenly sanctuary with the victorious power of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. They are brought to their knees and fall, but we rise up and stand firm. Lord, give victory to the King. Answer us when we call. So it's hard to tell if that was written in a particular situation of conflict and war, or if it was more like a general statement, like a prayer of the people for the king. And either way, context is important. But I think from the Old Testament to the New Testament, we can gather a general application for us, right? We understand that at that time, the kings were anointed with the Spirit of God for the time being. Hence David praying, "Take not thy Holy Spirit away from me." Hence the song that sometimes people sing that doesn't apply anymore. On this side of the cross, on the side of resurrection, he doesn't take his Holy Spirit away from his children. He doesn't forsake, doesn't leave his kids. And that being said, the principle, it is our surrender to the Lord that allots us this opportunity. that he answers us in our distress, that he gives us victory and success, that he is something that we can trust in, that we can rely on. Not that if we don't surrender to him, then he's a different guy, but he will not be that for us apart from him. He cannot be, because he can't dwell with darkness, right? But also because he is a gentleman, and if we don't want his will, if we don't want his strength, his power, his spirit working in and through our lives, if we don't want to acknowledge him, you are God. You are the light. You are the hope. You are the lifter of my head. How and where I mount upon wings like eagles to soar. Then he won't. He doesn't force himself on us. And so, for us believers, us children of God, may this be the prayer for ourselves, as those who have been anointed with the Spirit of God, as those who are being led by his word, by Christ, by his precepts, principles, statutes, commandments, MO, that continually the recognition that we're so short-sighted, that we make so many mistakes, that we're so misguided often, or emotionally charged. May that be the hinge point for us, because it really is. Again, he doesn't force himself on us. Yes, he does discipline his children, and ultimately he's still God, so what he wants is going to happen. But he is so godly, God-esque. He's so powerful, he's so sovereign. He has relinquished us to be an agent of whatever we want to choose to be an agent of, confined to this physical form. But he has given us the ability to decide, rightfully so, of course, because he must enable us to choose to love him or not. Gets into the whole argument, but again, as children of God, as those who have tasted and seen the Lord is good, as those who have come to understand the grace that we need, as those who have come to understand just how terrible we really do, left to our own devices, our own will, apart from God, those who have acknowledged that it is knowing God that gives life, that gives purpose, that gives peace. And so not the desire for success, for achieving great things necessarily, not the desire for being upstanding, being outstanding, but the desire to know God in everything, wherever we are, whenever. The desire to glorify God, for this is what we have been created to do. Not my will, but thy will be done. Jesus wasn't an athlete. He was a carpenter. He wasn't born of a different line of the Jewish people or of a different nation in general. No, he chose the Hebrews out of the world. He took Mary, and he took Jesus, and he's taken you, and he took Paul, and everything is intentional, of course. And that means that nothing ever really goes wrong when we just submit, when we just surrender, when we just relinquish our will again to him. It's kind of paradoxical. But then again, everything that we have, we give to him because he's worthy of it. And everything that we have has been given from him because we're not God. So it's a paradox, but it makes sense. Just like everything else that he said, everything else that he is. It's strange, but it makes sense. It's incomprehensible, but it's comforting. And I think that makes sense. Because he's God, and he's good, and his word is true. And he's not confused. Confusion is not in his vocabulary. The future is no daunting precipice or entity. He's already there. He is. I am. And he always will be. And he is coming for us. And will make all things new. Will make all things as they were supposed to be, are supposed to be, as they will be. Because he is the sovereign of all things. Man, what am I in? It's like bad slam poetry. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm just gonna stop because it always feels unfinished, but it also always feels like there's too much. So, time limit and other things need to happen. So, this is my prayer for you. May it be your prayer as well. And of course, my prayer for myself. And pray for me too. Grace and peace and so forth. Maybe I'll see you.